What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the RAD Cast. I'm Andrew DiMolanta. My friends call me Rogue Leader.
And I'm Nicki DiMolanta. Everybody calls me Dimmy. I'm looking at that thing next to the camera. That looks like a second camera.
What thing?
There's a little circle to the right of the main circle.
Oh, that's the follow focus.
Okay.
You use it to rack focus.
Okay.
I'm a videographer. I have professional equipment.
Look like two cameras.
I use professional equipment to record a podcast.
Double the footage, double the fun. It's
yeah.
not a camera though, I guess.
No, it's a circle that it's a gear.
Okay.
That rotates the focus. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Helps you adjust focus?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called racking focus.
That's like the cool term.
That's the
The official industry term.
Mm-hmm. Industry term. That's the correct way of saying it.
Jargon.
Yes.
Learn something new every day.
You've only been married to me for what, 9 years?
Approaching 10.
Approaching 10?
Married only.
Married only, yeah.
Add 7 onto that for dating.
Mm-hmm. You think you would have picked up?
It's been a while.
To be fair, I don't use those terms around you, so it's like, oh yeah, can you
There's no need to.
Yeah, there's no need to. What's up?
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
You had some in your eyelash and it was going to bother me the whole time. We're good now.
Yeah. So we had a fun couple of weeks, haven't we?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Healing my soul.
Yes.
From the inside out. You feel me?
Yeah, that was a much needed trip. If you didn't notice, we were gone for a while. Half of it was because we were sick, sort of.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like my voice is like a little bit lower than usual.
It's sort of getting. I'm like the day we got back, it's like
constant throat clearing,
constant yelling at each other type of nonsense.
But yeah, we had it was a roller coaster of emotions because like,
oh yeah,
okay, so we had a trip planned.
Your
with our
voice
friends.
is still kind of like raspy.
Yeah,
like sexy raspy.
I should record a song like Phoebe from Friends.
Thank you, my babies.
Thank you, my babies. So okay, so the story of our friend trip.
Yeah.
So like one of our friends, supposedly from what I hear, we weren't involved in this part of the conversation, but like one of our friends was like, hey, my birthday's coming up. And he was like, I want to do something for it because I haven't done something in a while.
Yeah.
Whatever. And somehow, I don't know if it was a joke at first, and he was like, hey, we should go on a hike. We should go on a big hike.
Yeah.
For my birthday or whatever. And he got a couple of bites. 1 or 2 people were like, sure, I guess. And so they started kind of like quietly planning a hike. And then at one point, I don't know, they kind of started getting more and more serious about it. Mm-hmm. And at one of we had a birthday party for our daughter, and like a bunch of us were together. Yeah. They came over to our house, and they were like, the people that were the small group that was talking about this hike started like floating it out to other people, and they were like just putting out feelers, like, hey,
you want to join us on this gigantic week-long hike?
Yeah, if we went to another state and just went on a hike. What do you think?
You're making out this hike to be like, yeah, let's go like frolic. And it's like, no, this is like in the woods for a week.
I never downplayed it. I just said it was a hike. But
like,
it was a real hike.
Yeah, like when people say they go hike, it's like, oh, let's go out for the day, let's walk in the woods and come back.
Yes,
home.
like a cute little nature walk. This was a real ass hike.
This is like in the woods. You need to find a bear box or whatever.
Crazy.
To keep your food safe.
My bear vault
type of shit. Like
I gotta have my hunting knife.
Yeah, like walk all day, like hike. Like not like trails, like
climbing up shit,
climbing up rocks,
climbing down shit,
crossing streams and shit like that. And then, the sun's going down. We got to put our tents up and like sleep outside for a week.
We're gonna eat nothing but tortillas and peanut butter,
like
and Cliff Bars,
that kind of shit. And they're like, "You want to do that with this?" I'm like,
for a week?
Fuck no, I'm not doing that for a week. I'll maybe join in the last day.
I don't think I will.
Let's just to give it a perspective. The last day they did what, like
12 miles.
12 miles.
At least that was the projected.
And not like walking straight, like Florida flats. Like no, it's like going up a mountain, going down it, and like.
I think all in all, because I think they went from Monday to Friday. I think all in all they did like 50 or 60 miles.
Yeah.
which is preposterous.
Yeah.
And so when they started floating this idea to the rest of us, like, hey, you want to go to this other state? And like, we're planning on doing this pretty fucking real hike. And a bunch of us were
Real
like,
man shit.
I want to hang out.
Yeah.
Don't want to sleep in dirt.
They're tense.
So a number of us were like, how about we fly up for the weekend?
Yeah,
we'll do a
we'll do a weekend thing.
a nice 3-day weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll fly it for the social aspect of it. You crazy people can do your hike.
Yeah.
And we'll just meet you when you get back.
Yeah.
And
We'll party and
so-
have drinks.
At first, we were like, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. And then we were kind of thinking about it. Your car decided to like shit its pants one day and hit us with
My Johnson rod broke.
hit us with an unexpected car expense that was more than we would want it to be.
Yeah.
And then like you'd fix that. And like all the while we're rapidly approaching the date and we hadn't bought our
Yeah, we
tickets
haven't
yet.
committed to the trip yet.
Because we were like, the holidays are approaching.
Yeah.
Your car just fucking almost broke down. But I guess it wasn't as bad as we thought, but it was still an expense that we weren't expecting.
Yeah, an unexpected expensive expense that didn't kill the car.
And then not even a couple of days after you fixed it,
Yeah.
or so we thought, all of a sudden, car's not starting again. We're like, are you
Son of
fucking
a
kidding me?
It was just there.
It was just
It was
fixed.
literally just there.
It was just at the car
The
shop.
day after, it was like, you motherfucker.
And so-
it was like one of those was like, they're just whining and dining me. They know I'm going to come back
Exactly.
and fix it again.
That place, I don't think they
That
do
place,
that.
the place,
Our
other
other
place.
local quick oil change, they've screwed me
Yeah.
once. And I think it was because, I don't mean to play the victim, but I think it was a bit of a case of, I'm a girl bringing in my car. I don't know anything about cars, which you fucking got me. You're right. I don't. but
But I know when I'm getting fucked.
But I know when I'm getting bamboozled the third time you do it. So,
Can only bend over so many times.
I'm wise to your game and I'm not going back, you piece of shit. I'm not even trusting you for an oil change.
Yeah.
But
Even though it's like 10 seconds down the road.
it really
It's
is.
so convenient.
I could like
yeah.
push my car there.
I remember when we lived across the street.
Yeah, it was so
Before we moved in
convenient.
here, I was like, hey, I need an oil change. No need to drop me off. I'm going to drop it off and then walk back home.
Yeah.
And then when it's ready, I'm going to walk over and pick it up. It was like
pretty nice.
so convenient.
Yeah, and then they screwed me. Like
Yeah,
I brought
and
it
I'm
there
like,
because my
fuck
car
you
was
guys.
doing something stupid.
Yeah.
Brought it there. They fixed it. A couple $100 later. A week later,
Hmm.
check engine comes back on. I bring it back and I'm like, it's this time. A couple $100 later, they fix it. And then like a week later,
Yeah.
check engine light comes back on. A couple $100 later, they fix it. And I think it was okay after that. But I'm like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice and 3 times. I'm the asshole, huh? But yeah, I'm not going back there. Anyways,
Yeah.
your car kind of,
It was like doing that.
shit his
like,
pants again, and we're like, you got to be fucking. I don't think we're going on this trip because we're spending more money than we want to. Right before the trip is supposed to happen, and
Yeah.
then we're like I said, we're approaching the holidays. I want to be spending a lot of money on gifts for people that I love and whatever. Turns out, second time, just the battery.
Yeah, that was like, I bet it's the battery. Let's
Not
get it
too
checked. And it's like, yep, no, yeah, you had like because we bought it like certified pre-owned, and it was a battery that the dealership slapped in, and it's like, it's good. And even the guy was like, I'm surprised you got that much use out of it. I was like, yeah, well,
It came with the car.
Came with the car. I'm not driving as much anymore since COVID. Yada yada yada. So I was like, boom, got it fixed. Brand new battery with like a 3-year warranty.
Thank
blah
you,
blah blah blah.
AAA.
Yes. So they came out, fixed it, and whatever. I'm like, good to go.
So, and then we ended up going to a get together with our friends
Probably another,
around the same
I
time.
think it was another birthday party of some sorts.
And a couple of our friends, two of our closest friends, were like, so what the fuck is this about you not going on the trip? And I don't know if you know about me, but I
Yeah.
fold to peer pressure from my friends.
Well, it wasn't all of their peer pressure. They're like, look, all you gotta do is go to this airline, go on this flight, which ended up being the flight that everybody was taking anyways.
Yeah.
And
Small
we're like,
airports.
small airport.
Not many flights to choose from.
Very affordable airline.
Yeah.
Very affordable prices. We're like,
And so
okay.
after that party, we were like, let's look up these flights and see
Yeah.
what it's all about. And now we're closing in on a couple weeks before
Yeah.
the actual date that we were supposed to go. And I was like looking up flights, and they were not bad. They were definitely very affordable.
Very affordable compared to going out of Orlando International with a layover and everything, it's like 3 times as much.
Yeah.
And twice the travel time.
The only thing holding us, I don't know if I said those words.
Yeah.
The only thing holding us up now was, can we get the dog boarded? Mm-hmm. And so we had to wait. Because, of course, we're doing this on like a Sunday or a Saturday, and the place is closed. So now we're like, well, and also the website for the plane tickets was like, there's only 2 more seats left at this price. Of fucking course.
It's like, good.
It's like they know.
Yeah.
But now we're like, okay, well, I guess it's up to fate now.
It's up to the force.
It's up to, little 8 pound, 6 ounce baby Jesus to see if by the time Monday rolls around, if we can get the dog boarded.
If they have space
and these
for the
seats
dog.
are left.
Yeah.
Then I guess we were supposed to go. So, as luck would have it, Monday rolled around, we got the dog boarded, and I look back on the airline.
The price went down.
No, at first the prices went up, and I'm like, fuck. The prices went up like almost double.
Yeah.
Because they were going up and down like by the almost every couple of hours.
Yeah.
And so they went up, and I think at that point, the next thing we had to do was see if my parents would watch our daughter. So, because we for multiple reasons, we were like, we don't really want to bring her this time.
Yeah, she's not ready for the plane quite yet.
We don't have to explain ourselves to you. But
we know our daughter, and she wouldn't have fared well.
But so we kept it up. We kept the page up with the flights. Once we finally got that last puzzle piece in its spot, I refreshed the page, and that's when the prices went back down, like way down.
Yeah.
Over $100 or so down. Yeah. And I'm like, all right.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I guess this is fate telling us that we're supposed to be going on this trip. So then we just said, you know what?
And this is a couple weeks before the actual trip happened.
Not a long time.
Yeah, like maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah.
Cutting it kind of close. And yeah. And so at first it was like, we did it so last minute and kind of impulsively.
It's like, it's not going to happen.
And it was like, it doesn't really feel like, how you plan a trip and you get excited for it? Like not that I wasn't excited, but I was like, I just feel like it's not going to happen because we just did it so
something's
quickly.
going to happen and we're going to
we did it
gonna miss it.
So last minute, so haphazard. And I looked at our daughter and I was like, if you get sick and make us miss this trip, I'm going to be pissed. It won't be your fault.
It's like, if you're going to get sick,
do it now.
Do it now so we can have 3 weeks to get over this.
Exactly. I'm like, go lick a doorknob or something. Go get sick. If you're going to do it, do it now. And then wouldn't you know, about a week and a half?
Like a week and a couple days.
Oh, yeah. Between a week and a half before the day that we're supposed to fly out, she starts sniffling. I'm like,
son of a
you got to be
bitch.
fucking kidding me right now. You got to be fucking kidding me right now.
Bitch.
And I'm like, there's enough time to where she could get over it, but not enough time to where it
was one of those. Was like, she's gonna get a little bit sicker, and then she's gonna pass it on to us. And like doing the math, like we've done this roller coaster so many times.
Yeah,
that's like doing the math in your head. It's like, we're gonna be sick for this trip.
Yeah,
if we don't get over this now.
You're not on like much social media anymore, but have you heard people talking about like girl math and boy math?
I've heard about it.
This was like parent math.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, well, if she's sick now, she'll probably be sick. It doesn't really seem like it's a bad cold. She'll probably be sick for X amount of days, and then she'll probably pass to us, and then we'll be sick for X amount of days. We're doing like parent math, being like, oh, fuck, if I miss this trip, I'm going to be so fucking mad. Because like as the days kept, now, like you said, we're almost within a week of going. Now I'm starting to get excited.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's actually going to happen. We should start preparing to pack.
Yes,
it's only for a weekend. We're only there for like 3 days.
Yeah.
So.
But, she never ran a fever, luckily.
Yeah. It hit us harder than it hit her, basically.
Yes.
Who was that?
Kind of.
Is that your boyfriend?
No, it's just an app. It's not even, nothing cool. But yeah, no.
Yeah, she had like a couple sniffles.
She had some sniffles,
that was it.
A cough.
Yeah.
Not so bad. And then she passed it to us. And nobody ran a fever, which is good. But
for like a day, I had that like itch in my throat every time you swallow. It's like, oh, I don't want to swallow right now.
Yeah, for a day or two, my throat was nice. For like a day or two, my throat hurt. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
It's like we're looking for like there's people going on this trip we haven't seen for like 5 years.
I know.
7 years for a couple of them. I was like, you have to be kidding me. Shitting me. We're just bought these tickets. So excited to see everybody.
Yeah. So now we're closing in. We left on a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
It's now Tuesday or Wednesday before that trip.
I'm like, I'm feeling good.
Even Tuesday or Wednesday, I was like, I don't even fucking know if we're going on this trip. And the tickets we bought, we didn't get them. They weren't refundable.
Yeah.
So we're like, cool.
At that price, we couldn't add, like, if it was going to add, if we're going to be refundable or towards points or whatever, you had to add on like the $200.
And I'm like, fuck that.
Fuck that. We're not doing that.
What do I look like? A responsible adult? So we didn't do the refundable thing.
I don't travel a lot. Is that important?
Should I put insurance on my tickets? Probably not, right? I love saving money, right?
We normally do, but for this one, it was like, I'd try to spend as little money as possible on this trip.
And so, like, seriously, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm like, I don't even know if we're going because I know that I'm not going to give a sick kid to my parents to babysit because then the week after we get back, my parents were busy. My uncle's going to be in town. My parents are, they're doing their own thing.
They're do their own thing too.
And so I'm like, I can't. They've got a busy couple weeks ahead of them too. I can't give them a kid that's sick and have them get sick. Even if they didn't have plans, I wouldn't want to get them sick anyway. That's very selfish.
Yeah.
But, luckily, the kid was okay.
She got over it by like Wednesday.
Yeah, because when you have that lingering cough, the cough takes forever to go away anyway.
Yeah, I'm still coughing.
You're totally fine. Just cover your fucking mouth and wash your hands or whatever. But you have that like dry cough that just persists.
Yeah.
So she was doing well. She was doing okay. You and I were feeling good. We just had the residual.
Yeah,
the residual shit.
The icky, like, just can't kick it.
Like, I don't feel sick. I feel fine.
Yeah.
All I have is a little bit of like leftover congestion and I sound like I've been yelling at a concert all night or something.
Yeah.
So luckily we went. But my God.
Everything went. The only thing that really went like wrong on our part, at least, was like the delay getting there. A little bit of a delay.
Which happens a lot lately.
Yeah.
And also, we got extra excited because like 2 or 3 days before we left, we found out that one of our friends that we haven't seen in even longer than our other friends, who also he's been living in another state for a very long time now.
All of our college friends have been spread out. There's a core group that's here.
You're exaggerating. Yeah. There's a large core group that's here. There's 2 or 3 that have moved to other states. But that one, he just like pops into our group chat and he's like, I'm going to be there, by the way. And I'm like, we didn't even know he was going to be there. So like, as soon as we found out he was going to be there, we're
drive up after work, baby. It's like,
you're like,
sure.
Even more excited now. And we're like, you better not fucking get a fever. You better not get. But yeah, no, it all worked out. And it was so much fun that on the way there, we got to be on the same flight as one of our friends, and she brought up both of her kids, so we got to
corral them.
I'm just glad that we got to. I know she's traveled with them alone before, but I'm glad that we got to be with her for extra moral support. You know, traveling with 2 kids alone.
Yeah, that sucks.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We stayed at one of our friends' houses. You know, it was like a bit up north.
Yeah.
The weather, not as cold as I thought it would be.
It was nice though.
It was okay.
Very nice.
I did sweat a little bit, and I'm like, I thought I was leaving this for a couple of days, but okay, I'll take it.
It was a different sweat though. It was like you're in the sunlight.
Yeah.
For because it was like it was like cold for a bit, and then the sun comes on. It's like, whoa, that's hotter than normal.
Yeah.
But it's not like here because like
humid.
It wasn't humid. That was a huge difference. Whenever we travel anywhere, it's like, the heat doesn't stick to you here.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's weird. I step outside and I'm not slapped by moisture in the air.
Yeah. It's like Florida heat's like napalm. It just sticks to you. It's like, ugh.
It's the worst. But yeah, that trip, I'm very glad we went.
Yeah.
It was healing for my soul.
Yeah. Did not do the last day of the hike, surprisingly.
Yeah, no.
Shocker.
Yeah, because at first they were like, okay, well maybe we can drive out,
drop you off and then
if people want to do the last leg of the trip, the last 12 miles on the last day, then one of us will drive them out, drop them off, and then you hike back with the others.
Yeah. But
when we got we got there, we wake up the next morning, and our friends that were still at the house that hadn't gone on the hike, because only 4 of our friends went on the hike, and everybody else that was still at the house with us, they were like, by the way, we're thinking about taking the kids, because there was a couple of kids that were there, you know, our friends' kids. They're like, we're thinking of taking the kids to an apple orchard and going apple picking. And we were like, fuck the hike.
We'll do that instead.
Because I'll go to an apple orchard and because be fucking cute.
It was raining a lot. And I was like,
I bet,
yay. yeah, I'm not doing this. I don't have
drizzling.
I don't have the right shoes for that kind of a hike. So I'll go apple picking.
I didn't buy peanut butter and tortillas. So I'm not really prepared.
And it got real from what the stories they told us. It got super real
on like day 2.
On day 2, one of our friends is like, "I'm done.
Yeah, I can't do this anymore. I'm on 0% battery. I can't do this."
Yeah.
And they were telling us all about it when they got back. How they all like the other 3 like rallied around him. Like, you can do it, bro. Pain is temporary.
Band of brothers, like real life band of brothers shit going on. I'm like, God, that sounds like an experience.
And then they got him. When what he thought was 0%. They got him to like climb however many feet up into the air over this huge thing, back down. And then when they got to the end of it, they were like, "Do you see that? You thought that you just fucking did that, bro." I'm like, wow, heartwarming. Let's go pick apples. But yeah, no, we opted not to do the last day of the hike. And we went to go pick apples. And it would have been a good choice either way. One would have been a bit more strenuous than the other, admittedly. But we went to an apple orchard, a little farm.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just apples.
Yeah, it was like apples, pears, basil,
tomatoes, peppers. Yeah. They had it's an app. I'm not popular right now. They had like a patch of pumpkins. It wasn't a pumpkin patch. They were just pumpkins that were strewn about.
Yeah, you can see the tractor that they dumped them from, like at the end of the path.
They just carted in a bunch of pumpkins and just threw them there. Like, here's your pumpkin patch, idiot. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and they had this cute little like farmhousey store.
Mm-hmm.
Where
it was like a farmer's market, like
a real ass farmer's market, like on a farm, like a real one.
Yeah,
not like, let me go to my local strip mall where they set up a farmer's market on a Sunday. Like, this was a farmer's market.
Yeah, like open every day type of shit. Like buy your fresh
homemade
apples
everything.
And tomatoes.
Here's our homemade apple pies. Here's our homemade honey.
Was really good.
And it was everything like from scratch, from our own, from the ground kind of thing. And it was so cute and quaint.
Yeah.
And everything.
Kids kept taking a bite of apples and just dropping it on the floor. I was like, dude, throw it back in there. Get rid of your evidence.
Because you had to like pay by the
pounds.
By the pound or whatever, by weight. And I think the lady, when we went to go picking, she was like, you can take a bite.
You can taste take one apple and take a bite, see if you like the stock.
But the kids were like, you're gonna give me that inch and I'm gonna run 10 miles.
I'm pretty sure like 5 to 7 apples were just bitten into and dropped.
Grab an apple, bite, throw like they were like releasing a grenade. They would just like be launching these half-bitten apples back into the valley. I'm sure
they account for it. Like,
well, so many of the apples fall off onto the ground anyway, and who's going to take a fucking ground apple?
Yeah, and that's what they started to do. They're like, oh, I like them, like kids.
Don't touch the ground apples.
Don't touch the ground apples. They're dirty.
They're gross, and they're getting all mushy, and people step on them with their dirty fucking feet.
They picked. And they were like, 2 of the kids were like, we're going to beat you. It's like, it's not a race.
Not a race. We're not going to eat this many apples, by the way.
They picked way too many.
But it was a lot of fun. Yeah. I didn't actually, my conscience wouldn't let me take one and bite it. Mm-hmm. So I didn't. My conscience wouldn't let me.
I think we ourselves only picked one apple each. And
I picked one so I could say I did.
Yeah,
the trip was for the kids.
Yeah, the trip was more for the kids.
Yeah. And it was just cute. Like, we all were like, take a picture of me picking an apple. That was my...
Just for the gram. That's all we need.
Got to flex on the gram, Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. I think the kids had fun. Mm-hmm. We got cute pictures. We're all out there. Like, he taught our friends how to like
turn your camera
upside down to get a more cinematic shot.
Yeah, it's just a change of perspective because everybody has like, because you have eye, especially with kids.
Yeah,
they're lower to the ground. It's like turn your phone upside down, you get a different perspective. So it's like
and they did turn out cute.
Turned out really well.
But we got lots of cute pictures. Picked some stuff. We went over, picked some tomatoes.
Yeah,
and
apparently the tomatoes that we got.
Apparently they're like supposed to be really good.
A really big deal. So
I mean, they
were really good though.
I'm not a tomato connoisseur, so it was a tomato.
Put them on our burgers. It was really good.
And then we had it with the cheese and everything. Mm-hmm. It was really yummy. But that was a really good time. I'm glad we did that.
Yeah.
Almost lost a child.
Oh yeah.
That was terrifying.
Oh my god! Like, where is he?
30 or 45 seconds that it lasted.
One of those like kid lost in a theme park type of moments where it's where the hell is he?
Luckily, we were the only people there, along with the 2 people that ran the place.
Yeah.
But there was our group of friends. There was 7 or 8 of us or so. I don't.
Yeah, with
taking that number out of the air.
Yeah, 3 kids and
We had four kids with us.
4 kids.
And one of our friends, her younger son, he's a wanderer.
Yeah.
And so, and he isn't speaking right now. And so it's not like he can be like, Mom, where are you? He's not speaking right now.
Yeah.
And we're all walking into the like market thingy. And it's, when I say market,
it's a barn.
It's a barn. It's very small.
Yeah.
It's small.
Yeah.
But still, our friend, the mom, she goes, does anybody have eye? Or I think
Can somebody watch him while?
Can somebody keep an eye on him while we check out? I'm gonna admit that none of us verbally confirmed. We all were just like, huh? And we just kept on going.
She's used to it though. Like, hey, and like,
somebody's got eyes on him, right?
Yeah.
And so we're all like, nobody actually said, yes, I'm on it. Not that we were avoiding it. We were all just like, there's so many of us here. What could go wrong?
Yeah, collectively, like, yeah, we got him.
Like, of course we got him. We're all fucking here.
Yeah.
And we're doing our thing. Oh, wow, look at this. Rock candy. Oh, wow, kombucha. Wow, look at the apple cider. Cool. And then our friend goes, does anybody know where he is? And we all just kind of looked around.
All of us collectively panic, like,
we all, at the same moment, panic. The poor shop owner lady probably thought that we were trying to like ding dong ditch her and like run away with our bushel of apples that we had just picked without paying, because like we look around, piss ourselves.
Don't see him in the store at all.
We all start fanning out of the market, like towards the fields, and we're all separating and fanning out looking for this poor child.
I immediately went to the street because like it's like, no, I don't want to like find him in the street.
Because granted, yes, we were out in the country. It wasn't like there was traffic. There was
like the
occasional car.
Yeah.
It was very much out in the country. So I wasn't really worried, but still a road you don't want your kid in, no matter where you are. I was running towards the apples. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to go see them more. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we're all fanning out. And then one of our other friends was like, I think I hear him. And we all turned back around. Luckily, he was still in the market.
Just in the back
He went
portion.
to like a back room where like it was employees only kind of thing.
Yeah. One of the people actually came and was like, hey, I got a kid back here.
I think it was a lost little guy back here.
Yeah.
And he is like inconsolably crying. But I'm glad he did, because that's how we knew where he was.
Yeah.
But luckily we found him. We got him calmed down.
Yeah.
Crisis averted. But
that was a scary couple of
minutes. Well, scary couple of seconds.
It was probably
30, 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's probably a total of like 40 seconds, but it felt like he was gone for like 5.
Yeah, I was like, where the fuck do I go? Where do I look for him?
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's quick.
Yeah.
But little drama never hurt anybody. Added a little spice to our apple picking trip. But yeah, it was.
I think the craziest part of that weekend, not the craziest, but like the whole like, okay, thing was they hired a bartender for 12 people.
God. They're so out of control.
Like,
you want to talk about being extra?
Yeah.
That's the most extra thing they could have done.
Yeah, they were so excited to have everybody.
Yeah.
Because again, we haven't seen a lot of we saw them at the Darsworth, but we all haven't collectively been together for a hot minute. Like the last time all of us were
several years
were together like that was at one of our friends' weddings.
Yeah.
And that was the last time. And that was years and years ago.
Yeah, because these are like our college friends. Like we lived together for years in college.
Yeah, everybody has that core group of friends you had in college. This is like our core group.
Yeah, like these are the people that I feel like.
Yeah.
Like they're basically family.
Yeah.
Not basically. They are.
Yeah, it's like that group of friends, like when you spend like years apart and you get back together, it's like,
not a day has passed.
Fucking day has passed.
Like that one friend that we were talking about that we didn't know he was going into the last minute.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him in years.
Yeah.
Several years.
Yeah.
He's had 2 children. One is 6. We
met one of them.
We met that one.
We met his
and
older.
she was probably less than a year old at the time.
Yeah, she was.
I didn't even remember meeting her. It's been so long.
Like they were passing through, and it's like
I didn't realize.
Yeah.
So it's been a while since we've seen him. In person. And
some of these friends haven't met our child yet.
It's been a while.
It's been how long it's been.
But like when he walked in the door, he walked in. He gave you a hug, like the typical hug that he usually gives you.
I know exactly.
And then he like turned around and said something to me. I forget what he said, but I'm like. It's like not a fucking minute has passed since we've seen you. And that's how you know that you are like soulmate friends.
We've grown, we've aged a little bit. Like so
the dynamic has never changed.
Dynamic hasn't changed. Like we have a couple kids in, we're a couple more responsibilities here and there.
A little bit more responsible.
A little bit more responsibilities, but for the most part, we're all still the fucking same.
Chronologically, we're grown up chronologically speaking, but the dynamic is still there.
Still the same shit we get into.
Oh my God.
when we get together.
Because at first it was like, God, it's been such a long time. Is it going to be awkward? But
Nope.
no, not at all. Like as soon as we just kind of sat back and started talking, it was like, God, I feel like I'm back in college.
Yeah.
Without all the parties.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
with
we're
all
just
of the nonsense.
hanging out in college.
Yeah.
Like it was just so good. It felt so nice. But yeah, because we all got there on a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And then they decided that Saturday night was going to be like the party, which there was really not a huge difference between Friday and Saturday night.
Yeah.
Other than
the bartender.
they hired a bartender for a house party.
Yeah, it was like 12. I guarantee this bartender was walking in expecting like,
Crazy house party.
like a big dinner with like at least 20 to 30 people there. It's like, no, just 12 friends.
12 or 13 of us.
Yeah. Full bar. And it's
watching a UCF game on a laptop.
that we lost.
That we lost embarrassingly.
Cannot believe we lost that game.
How embarrassing
Holy
that was.
shit. It's like, yep, we're back to the old ways. Back to losing big games.
That's what
blowing
made it
big
felt
leads.
so good. That's why it felt so good, because it was like, wow, I'm together with all my friends. We're hanging out. We're just chilling, not a care in the world. And UCF just ate it. Like it was like
it's like old times.
Just like old times. Like it felt so right. Because we were up by like 20 or so.
We were up by like 28.
In the first half.
We were up by 28 in the first half and we blew it.
And then we were just like, we're done playing, right? We won. It's like, we got 2 more quarters to go, idiots.
Oops.
Whatever. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's UCF.
But
baby.
that was like, yeah, that's typical people. Yeah, it's like, yeah.
This feels right.
But like, that was just so funny.
I
Like,
went to school a season when we were winless. It doesn't faze me, bro. I don't care. I don't give a shit about football. I don't care. I'm in it for the social aspect. I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, the bartender, it was just like, I feel bad for you. Just making drinks for, like, because
I don't. She probably made a good amount of money.
She probably did.
For making drinks for a bunch of idiots.
But for like half the time, she's just sitting there on her phone and I'm like walking, I'm like, hey, can you make me a drink?
Sounds like an easy night.
Yeah.
Am I right, Tiffany? But her name wasn't Tiffany. That was like our joke name.
It was a funny little thing. That's like, I hope her name's Tiffany.
But I just can't believe, because the 2 friends at the house that we were staying at, they are, I don't know if you would say whiskey enthusiasts.
I think they are, yeah.
They really enjoy their whiskey.
Yeah.
And like, they've always been the ones to have like an actual bar in their home.
A wet bar.
Like a wet bar that.
And it's always stocked.
The cabinet with the glasses and everything is all like in and stocked
like
and whatever.
The crystal, like the decanter and everything. It's like, okay.
And they've always got a wide assortment of whiskey, and I don't fucking drink whiskey.
I enjoyed it.
If there's 2 things that I don't drink, it's whiskey and tequila.
Yeah.
Hard pass. Which they had both of, but they had a lot more whiskey. Mm-hmm. But they also, so our friend, the wife in this duo, she, because they're so extra, she went on to Google and she was like, what do I need? And this woman is the most soft-spoken.
She's the mom of the group.
She is the total mom of our group. She calls us all honey.
There's nothing more fills my heart more when we get together. She's like, oh, honey.
I don't know. We've known these people for a long time now, going on 15 years or so.
16 years,
I'm still not 100% sure how much older than me she is. It's a couple of years.
I think, yeah.
It's not like a lot. It's a couple of years.
Yeah.
But she calls us all honey. And there was one day that we were getting ready to go to lunch.
Yeah.
And her husband, because I don't know, I feel weird saying names, even though his name is Chris. And there's like 500 million Chris's in the world. But like Chris had told us, hey guys, we're gonna get ready to go to the diner or whatever. And we're all like, whatever. And then his wife was like, a couple of minutes later, she's like, so maybe you guys can get ready, get your stuff together and go to the diner. And we all like popped up like, yeah, mom, let's go.
Let's go. Everybody get their shoes on. I'm like, okay, mom.
But she is the sweetest, like kindest soul, soft-spoken mom of the group. Capital M-O-M, mom.
Yeah.
Of the group. And she's just so sweet. And she's the one who was like, hey, Google, what do I need to buy in order to have an officially full bar?
Full stock bar.
What itemized list can I have that would make a literal official full bar? And what did she do? She fucking bought it all. She bought every missing piece.
This is how extra these people are. It's like, we don't need it.
I already have 82 bottles of whiskey. What else do I need to have a full bar? And she bought everything.
Yeah.
And so they had everything you could imagine.
Yeah.
And this, as we named her, Tiffany.
Yeah.
The bartender, she shows up and I'm like, I cannot believe that we have a bartender making us drinks. Like, it feels so awkward.
Yeah, it was awkward. Like,
in a funny way.
Can you make me a vodka tonic? It's like, I can make it myself, thank you. But
like,
but I think we did take advantage of it because, like, I think very minimum. That was a great night though. By the way, like we were up to like fucking like 2-3 in the morning.
Too late. Later than I've been up in a long time. Yeah,
for both nights, but this night specifically, I think minimum. Every adult in the room minimum had 10 drinks, including shots.
I don't know about that.
But
I don't know about me.
Spread out over like she was there till like 6 to 12 or 4 to 12 or something like that.
Something like that.
And we were just like, keep them coming, Tiffany.
Yeah.
And like Tiff just keep them coming, and like we just drink after drink after drink, and like I think the best part about having her there were the shots. The shots were like just like
because she made ones that tasted good and they were kind of like mixed shots. Because if you're like, here's a shot of vodka, you can keep that. You can
it wasn't
shove it up your ass.
It wasn't just like straight this, straight that. It's like
pass.
Like
what am I? 21?
Like yeah.
I'm not doing straight anything anymore. Hell no. If it's mixed up and it tastes yummy, I'll consider it. But she made some decent ones. She made one that was whiskey based. That was my favorite.
Oh god, that's what I'm saying. Like
it was peach whiskey.
Yeah, none of the shots we took was like one of those like, oh, I don't like that. It's like every single one were like, yes, like so much so that like a lot of our friends like, can you make me a drink of just that, please? Yeah. And they sipped on it like for the next like 2 hour, hour or so. But like, I think one of the best things to come out of that weekend was
go where I think you're going.
The cotton candy machine.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, the mom of the group had like a cotton candy machine for one of the kids' birthdays from years ago and just never used it again.
Yeah.
She brought it up for this weekend.
Years ago. Yeah. Her older son is 10. She told us, oh, hey guys, I have this cotton candy machine that I bought for him when he was 2. This kid's 10 now. I bought it when he was 2. And I don't think they'd used it since, maybe. And she goes, it's down in the basement. And I'm thinking that we could bring it up and maybe make the kids cotton candy.
It was used.
It was used.
But not for the kids.
So she brings it up. She cleans it all out. Cleans it real good because mom.
Yeah.
And
I have footage of one of our friends drying it out. Like he's fucking like getting ready for discus throws.
Clean as a
whistle. It was really clean by the time we ended up using it.
But they assemble it and they fire it up. The kids are excited. They start making their cotton candy. Here you go. All the kids get their
Everybody got cotton candy. I'm like, oh, good, cotton candy.
And then at one point they were like, I wonder if we could incorporate cotton candy into a drink. And I'm like, I've definitely seen a TikTok of somebody with some fancy ass looking drink where they put cotton candy in it. Yeah. It's just sugar. It's just fluffy sugar. Yep. And so at one point I knew that she, mom. I knew our mom, our friend mom. I knew that she loves whiskey. So I'm like, I whipped out my phone and I'm Googling stuff. Mm-hmm. I found a cotton candy old fashioned, because what more quintessential whiskey drink is there than an old fashioned? I don't know bullshit about whiskey. Maybe I'm talking on my ass. She drinks
old fashions, I think.
She drinks old fashions. I think that's a very
it's a very
classic whiskey drink. I think every time I say whiskey drink, I think of you drink a whiskey drink, you drink a lager drink. That's exactly what I think. Yeah, Tub Thumper.
Yeah, I get knocked down,
but I get up. That's what I think of when I say whiskey drink. But I found this cotton candy old fashioned, and I'm like, hey. Friend, mom, what do you think about this? And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck goes into a regular old fashioned, so I don't know what's different, what's switched out. For all I know, it's a regular old fashioned. You just fucking put some cotton candy in it. But I showed it to one of our friends, and he was like, maybe 1 or 2 things are switched out. This is switched out for the cotton candy, and this is switched out for the whatever. Yeah. And he goes, but it looks good. I would drink it. And so I showed it to her. And she goes, oh, honey, that looks delicious. I think that's an exact quote. Direct quote. Oh, honey, that looks great. Show it to the bartender and we'll see how it turns out. And so I think the bartender actually Googled it before I showed it to her. Yeah. And I think she probably got the same one. It was one of the first most popular, highest rated ones. She whips together this cotton candy old fashioned, and our friend mom was like, wow, it looks so cute. Everybody takes their Instagram pictures because the cotton candy's
it's like flaring out
of it. It looks cute. And then she goes, do I do I push the cotton candy into it? And I'm like, why else wouldn't you? I mean, it's probably gives it a cute extra flavor, whatever.
Yeah.
So she's like, put it in there. She drinks it. She goes, oh, wow. That's great. And the next thing you know, do you think you can make me another cotton candy old fashioned? I don't know how many she had by the end of the night.
She had at least 6 of those suckers.
And we've known this woman for
16
15
years.
or so.
16 years, yeah.
15, 16 years. Never really seen her drunk. Cotton candy old fashions will do it to you, though. Because
It's like, oh my God, it took us this long. It took us 16 years of knowing this woman to officially get her to have a hangover.
halfway through the night, she's like, I think I found my signature drink. I'm like, hell yeah. It only took us like a decade and a half. I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, it took 16 years and a cotton candy old fashioned to finally get her.
And with each passing drink, the bartender, Tiffany's trying to make it like more of a show.
Yeah.
And she's like trying to make it flare out. This one kind of looked like a flower. This one kind of looks like a peacock. Like, and she's like trying to take pictures and she's like, send these to me so I can put them on my Instagram.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cotton candy machine got put to good use.
Oh, yeah.
And she's our friend mom. She's over there making it this big ass grin on her face, this smile, like it was
like
pure joy.
I've never seen her happier.
She looks so happy.
Looks exactly in her element.
Oh
It's like,
my
yep.
goodness.
Mm-hmm.
It was wonderful. And whenever there's a bartender, even when like at a bar, which I strive not to go to at this point anymore.
Yeah.
But even when I go to a bar, I feel awkward because I'm like, I don't know. I like bitchy, fruity things.
That's like, yeah.
So usually if I'm talking to somebody, if you're at a bar and there's like 1,000 people around, you don't really have time to just like, you don't really have time to be like, I don't know, what do you think I should be? But like, usually if I'm able to talk to somebody, I'm like, I don't know, I like girly, fruity things.
Yeah.
And I don't like whiskey and tequila. Hit me.
Yeah.
What do you have?
She did a good job though.
She did a good job. And I was like, I like coconut, and I see that you have Malibu. So she made me something, she called it a green Hawaiian, and it was fruity. I'll give her that. It was sweet. And I had a couple of those.
She made me a knockoff pina colada because like, I know you don't have everything here.
You know what? It was okay. Wouldn't drink a whole one.
Yeah, I it was good to me.
Make me a real pina colada.
Well, I think
all day or
the only difference was it wasn't like blended ice. That was the only biggest difference. It was like a knockoff pina. I was like, I feel like a pina colada right now.
It was a great value pina colada.
Yeah, it was. She said it was a knockoff. She was like, I'm surprised.
Brand. Yeah, it was okay. I wouldn't drink a whole one of it. When I drank it, I was like, okay.
Yeah,
I'll go back to mine. But yeah, I always feel so awkward going up to a bartender being like, I don't really have a signature drink. Yeah. And so like after a couple of those drinks that she made me, the fruity ones, I was like, I feel bad taking up your time. Just make me a gin and tonic. Yeah. Like if I had a signature drink that if I'm going up to a bar, you're going up to a bartender, what are you ordering? Either a gin and tonic or a vodka tonic.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the two I usually used to go. And I think that's what I ended up during the end of the night. Like they're like, oh, last call because she's Tiffany's leaving. Last call. It's like
Tiffany's going.
Just let her go.
Bye,
I'll make myself gin and tonics and vodka tonics.
I think I can handle putting vodka and tonic in a cup for myself.
Yeah, I think I can manage.
I think I can manage it. Actually, I don't think I had
like 2 drinks after she left.
I don't remember making myself my own drink. I don't think I did. But
I made a couple drinks after she left.
I think I got one right before she left. I'm like, you're about to leave. Can you one more?
Yeah.
And I just, let that one ride. But yeah. It was very extra to have a bartender.
It was. And it's like, we want to make this a yearly thing now. Like, the group that did that hike will do that.
Maybe one or two more people will join them.
Yeah. I was thinking the last day, but like, because we were talking, it's like, maybe I could try. It's like, no, I'm prone to dehydration and I don't like.
Don't even get me started on that.
There's like A, B, and C, the reasons I'm not doing it, but it's like, I'll try the last day, like legit try the last day. So, because it's also an expense. You got to buy all that shit. You got to buy a tent. You got to buy the hiking sticks and like a pack and like a specific pack for.
And how often are you going to ever use that again? Never.
Every year now, apparently, because we're
once a year. No.
Yeah.
It's not worth it in my opinion. But maybe the last day.
I want to try the last day.
Yeah.
Just because like looking at all the pictures, like I don't think I want to sleep in the dirt or in a tent for 5 days.
Pass.
But the hiking seems fun.
I'm on the fence. While I think it would be fun, I think it would be a lot of fun. Yeah. It was also fun going to the Apple Orchard. So I don't know. We'll have to see what next year has in store for us.
Yeah, but like the second the weekend was ending, it's like everybody's like, yeah, we definitely need to make this a yearly thing.
Yeah.
Because
so now we have a fun yearly friend tradition.
Yeah.
Because I always like we've only ever been on like a very small handful of like friend trips.
Yeah.
Going on a plane with your friends, it hits different, as the kids
fun.
say.
Yeah, it was just like the airport and the airline was so small, like that, like we all got the same flight back.
Yeah.
At a pure, we didn't plan it that way. Out of pure like coincidence, and that was the only thing that was available.
I think it was the only flight back.
Yeah.
Going from that point to that point.
Yeah, on that day. Yeah.
But like, we're such idiots because like we sit in our seats, and like a bunch of kids were like looking back to our friends like, there you are, there you are.
You're here too.
And we played that game until it was like beating a dead horse. Like, what are the chances? You guys are here too? God,
yeah,
so dumb.
Yeah, and I think next time we probably will bring our daughter. We're gonna have to rent a car because like,
oh no,
finagling that many kids.
She's one more tiny body.
Well, the luggage and like and the fact because getting the night we got there and driving to their house pitch black because it was like dead. It was like 12 and
it was like almost. It was 11:30.
It was like 11:30. Yeah, we're approaching midnight, and like they had this big van that they picked us up with, and like, oh well, push us into the back. We'll sit in the back with the kids. I've told this many times. I get car sick like a motherfucker. I was not good by the time we got to their house. I was like,
baby.
I was like, can I sit? Because like we had originally sat like on things, and I'm like, I can't see out the window. I can't see where I'm going.
Bucket seats that were facing inward.
Yeah, and
not like facing the front.
Yeah, and there's this like bathroom thing that was in my way, and so I can't see out the front. I'm like, Nick, can you switch with me so I can see? Sort of, but it's like pitch black. I can't see where I'm going. Halfway there, I'm like, I'm doing good. And then they get to like the neighborhood streets,
the bumpy,
windy. I'm like, oh no.
Well, because we're driving back, you and our other friend, both of you get wildly car sick.
Yeah.
And you, the gentleman that you are, you were like, no, you take the front seat.
Yeah.
She was fine. I think she was starting to get a little bit, iffy. But you were in the back. Like I didn't know how far their house was from the airport. It turned out being about 45 minutes. Yeah. I didn't know that. But like as we're probably within 15, 20 minutes of the house, I see you're kind of braced on the side. There's like a little mini kitchen counter next to him because it's like a little mini travel RV.
Yeah,
it's like
tiny
and
RV.
I just see you like braced, and then I see you going. I'm like, oh no, oh no.
I'm like, are we? I'm like, I don't want to ask like how far away. Because I don't want to be like, are we there yet?
Right.
Type of thing. I'm like, because I think at one point you got up to look at her GPS, like. Okay.
And I think there was like 15 minutes or so.
I'm like, okay, just like 10 more minutes. You can make it 10 more minutes. Just keep breathing. It's like, imagine there's roads out there. And it's like I can't see, but I can maybe anticipate the turns. Nope, that's not working. Oh no.
As soon as we get to the house and we park, he goes, I'm gonna need you to clear a path for me.
It's like get the suitcases out of there until the kids get out of the way because it's
Daddy
about to get rough.
Path.
It's about to get rough. But like the second I stepped off of the RV, the cold air hit me. I'm like,
cool air. It was probably like 65-ish.
Yeah,
it was perfect.
Oh, that's very nice. Leave me alone for like 5 minutes.
Nobody talked to me for a little bit. Luckily, no vomit.
Yeah, I was trying so hard not to vomit because if I would have vomited, the whole weekend would have been ruined for me. It was just like, ooh.
And luckily, wouldn't you know it, I go to our friend mom and I go, do you have any like Gatorade? And she goes, I don't know, honey. I have vitamin water. I'm like, potato,
Perfect.
baby girl.
Perfect. Electrolytes. I just need electrolytes.
She goes, is that going to be okay? I'm like, of course it is.
It was 65 degrees and I'm drenched in sweat because I was like, oh, it's rough. It's getting real rough.
Orange vitamin water. I passed it along the way to you and you're like, hell yeah, this is good stuff.
Just give me 5 minutes by myself to just stare off into nothing.
Yeah.
In the cool air, just hunched over in their driveway, like, whew, that was close. Because if it was another 5 minutes, I would have had
a different story.
I would have been like, that's a bathroom, right? Boom.
Shit's about to go down.
Yeah, it's like either the sink or the bathroom or both. Like, just tell me where, because it's
like, oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad.
It's like, I'm good. I'm good now. Just give me 5 minutes and some vitamin water and woof.
Lots of fun memories.
Yeah.
Especially also because I don't know why our friend mom sometimes is plagued by bad luck.
Oh my God.
Like her refrigerator broke.
Yeah. So
Like within a week before us getting there. So
yeah.
The couple of family dinners that we had while we were there, we couldn't keep leftovers anywhere.
So it's like everybody power eat.
It was like everybody just eat until you hate yourself because we can't store it anywhere and we're just going to have to throw it away anyway. So, I felt bad because we did waste some food. I hate wasting food.
Yeah, that sucked. But hopefully next year the fridge works.
Hopefully. That's what happens when you live out in the dead ass middle of nowhere country.
Living on a well and oh my God, the kids leaving the water on all night because oh no.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Sunday morning we wake up and one of the kids frantically screams on the stairs, "There's no more water. We ran out of water." And because they're on a well and septic system and whatever. And our friend Chris, the one, who was housing us, he was like, "There's no fucking way we ran out of water."
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of us here, but there's no fucking way we ran out of water.
Yeah.
TLDR, long story short, two of the kids were playing the evening before and they found some baseballs in the woods or whatever.
And they were dirty.
And I guess they were washing them off with a hose outside. And I guess they thought they turned the hose off, but they didn't. And so the hose was just kind of steadily trickling running water all night. And so they woke up to the water kind of sputtering when you would turn it on. I'm like, what else can happen? I mean, it wasn't anything that stopped the weekend or ruined anything at all. It was more like, oh, what a funny thing to talk about now. Happening, Yeah,
I'm sure the kids got a little talking to.
I got a little stern talking to after that. Can you maybe turn the fucking hose off?
Yeah, maybe not next time.
Nobody got to take a shower Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And we went to this little, mom and pop diner. And while we're there, our mom friend was like, maybe everybody just uses the restroom while we're here.
Yeah, because we were leaving right after that.
Yeah.
So it's maybe just, either, do it here or wait until you get to the airport.
What'd you think of the diners? We went to 2 diners while we were there.
They were good.
When we say diner, it was
legit diners.
I feel like I was transported back in time. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm going to go to a sock hop after.
Yeah, that first one.
Wear a poodle skirt.
Yeah, the first one I had a burger, legit diner burger. I'm like, yep.
Ooh. Oh, you're so popular.
Spam call.
Well,
and the second one we had breakfast. I was like, "Yep, this is diner food. It was good."
Yeah, it was the kind of diner. The first one we went to, it was the kind of diner that we had this waitress who she was
older.
Had to have been.
Yeah,
I don't know. She was definitely much older than us. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this woman.
It's one of those where it's I'll be right with you, sugar.
Kind of. I wouldn't be surprised if she was in her late 60s.
Yeah.
Mid to late 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not in my mind. I pictured her having one of those smoker voices, but she didn't.
No.
But I ordered it.
Hey, you bozo.
I ordered something off the menu, and this is the snarky older waitress at the tiny old fashioned diner.
Yeah.
It was just so perfect that I ordered.
I should be retired, but I'm still working. Type of atmosphere. Yeah.
I ordered something called a happy waitress. And she goes, "What'll be for you, honey?" And I went, "I'd like a happy waitress." And she goes, "Ain't none of those here, sugar." I'm like, hell yeah. What a fantastic joke. Good for you.
Yeah. The food was good.
The food was good. It was greasy, but what else was I expecting from getting what I got?
It's diner food.
It was diner food, much more expensive than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But the second diner we went to, I wasn't really feeling great. I don't think I was hungover. I don't think I had enough to be hungover, but I was
just a little icky.
I don't think I want to eat something that's too greasy. I got chocolate chip pancakes and they were delightful. Mm-hmm. They warmed my heart. It was great. That diner was wild.
Yeah.
I feel like it was even more old fashioned than the first one.
Mm-hmm. Like family owned.
I feel like the first one was old fashioned, almost like they were trying to be. This one was just, it was.
Yeah.
But then you go into the bathrooms and the vending machines. It's calm down, diner. Goddamn. I went into the women's bathroom and I saw a vending machine. I didn't think much of it because it was right there when you walk in. And I just kind of, whatever. I kept doing my thing, walked right past it. I went back in a second time, had to get a tissue because we were still dealing with all this bullshit.
I was still coughing a lot.
And I just I did a double take because I was expecting the vending machine to be girl products, feminine products. You feel me? It wasn't. Like, I got a closer look. I got a picture. It was like this 3-slot thing, and it was like 50 cents. And hold on.
Yeah, you took a picture of it. We made it a point to take a lot of pictures this past weekend, and I was like, yep, we met that goal because
All right.
everybody, yeah.
Hold on. I just got to remind myself exactly what it said. That diner do be crazy. Hold on. There it is.
Yeah, mind you, their little sign out says family restaurant.
Yeah, it was like, I forget what it was called. I think it was just called, it was like the name of the city's diner.
Yeah.
You know, and then a family restaurant. And then you walk into the bathroom, and this vending machine smacks you right in the face. And it has 3 things, 2 of which are the same. So it had 2 different offerings. And one says, his and hers, tattoos for 2. The ultimate in fun and fantasy. Wow. And then the second one says deliciously flavored love drops for those special erotic and sensuous spots.
Family restaurant.
Mouth-watering flavors, hot fudge, pina colada, coconut cream, and wild strawberry. Only 50 cents. And I went, gotta have one of these. And so I went back out. I don't have physical money on me very often, so I had like 1 quarter. And then one of our friends, she pulled through, she goes, I got another quarter. I went, fuck yeah, and I ran back to the bathroom.
You got the tattoo,
and
right?
I went, it didn't, yes, okay, so it does say tattoo. I went for the tattoo. First of all, I was a dummy, and I put a quarter in, and I tried to turn it, and it wouldn't turn. I'm like, this thing's fucking broken. I can't even, so I tried the middle one first, couldn't make it turn. I'm like, fuck. And so I put the quarter in the one next to it, it wouldn't turn. I'm like, of course it's broken. It's like rusted over. What do I expect from this fucking rinky-dink ass diner? And then I look at the sign, and it says you got to insert 2 quarters at a time and then turn the handle. I'm like, all right, I'm the asshole. So I did it, and then I got my tiny little box. I have it in my bag. This tiny little white box, and I'm like, ooh, I gotta unbox it with everybody. I can't experience this by myself.
It's like a live YouTube unboxing.
So I go back out to the table, and I'm like, I got my couple's tattoo. I can't wait to see what it is.
Show everybody.
I can't wait to see what my ultimate in fun and fantasy is going to be. And so I open up this tiny, stupid little box, and it's this tattoo of like a regular ass, like 3-candle candelabra.
The ultimate in fun
Beauty
and
and the
fantasy.
Beast? What am I doing here? I was promised something different.
Yeah, I was expecting some kind of like silhouette of a woman. Like
I was expecting something much different when you're telling me his and hers fun and fantasy. I got a candelabra.
cock ring or something.
Wow. I didn't say that. But like I was expecting a different tattoo.
Yeah.
But you bet your ass I'm keeping it forever. I'm keeping it till next year. Next year, we're all getting a tattoo and we're putting them on. We're all putting them on together. Mark my words. But
we're gonna take a picture like,
my candelabra.
No, we gotta get the love drops next year.
I know. I was kind of pissed because I'm like, I almost went to our friend mom and I was almost like, Mom, do you have 50 cents? But I was like, you gotta have something to look forward to next year. So I'll get the love drops next year. And then I asked one of our friends, because he had just gone to the bathroom, and I'm like, so the ladies have this going on. What are the boys having theirs? Do you guys have a vending machine? Condoms. Wow.
Family restaurant.
Family-owned diner in the middle of nowhere. Always got to be prepared, I guess. I was very surprised by that.
Get the urge.
I'm not judging. I'm not judging. Do whatever you got to do, wherever you got to do it. Make whatever. At least
so that was our weekend.
So I got my ultimate in fantasy and fun tattoo, and then I ate my chocolate chip pancakes. And it was everything that I thought it would be. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
So it
was definitely needed. Like,
yeah. Oh, it felt so good for my soul and my mind.
Yeah.
The only bad thing is that after a get together like that, you have like the endorphin crash when you get home, and I'm like, I miss everybody.
Yeah. I just want to stay there all
I'm not ready for the weekend to end. 365 days is a lot.
Hey, it gives certain people time to get prepared for the next year's hike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It gives you time to prepare for a really long ass, tiring ass hike.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be attending the hike.
I'll do the last day. I want to commit to the last day.
Yeah, I could be persuaded to do the last day.
Yeah.
depends on how much peer pressure there is, and it depends on what fun activity the rest of us are going to do.
You stay behind with the women.
Well, you think because I'm a woman I can't hike?
No, just enjoy the company of your friends, and then the men will go on the hike.
I'd hike the shit out of that trail. Tell me I can't.
Well, because that means I have to get more equipment, and we just get it for one person, and I used to do the last day. I think it'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. It's like I'll go the last day, meet the guys up for the last day, because I think the two biggest reasons I won't do the entire week is I don't want to get dehydrated, and I'm prone to that, and then also I don't want to sleep outside. I like my my AC.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna camp, I'm gonna glamp. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just not my thing. It's not my bag. If you like it, knock yourself out.
Sure.
Sleep in dirt. Put your baby in dirt. I don't care.
Yeah.
If that's what you like to do.
At the very least, I'll do the last day. If I want like a multi-day experience, I'll maybe do the last 2 days. But that's it. That's at the very most. But
camping's never been my thing. I think I've been like sleeping bag camping once or twice.
yeah.
It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own interests, and mine involve being inside.
Yeah. But that was our
I
weekend.
pay a lot for these utilities, and I'm gonna enjoy them. Okay. Why would I pay out my ass for my electric bill
Yeah.
to sleep in my own sweat? You know?
Yeah. So that was our weekend, and it was a lot of fun.
God, it was so much fun. I cannot wait for next year. I'm just excited that we had this,
we actually
trip
have
to look forward to every year. Because we're not big travelers.
Yeah,
we don't really go a lot of places. But now that we have like a yearly trip with our friends to look forward to, I am over the moon.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to next year because, yeah, it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah. Maybe we can add one or two more of our friends to the mix. Yeah. We'll see what happens. We got a whole year.
But there's limited space, so
there's limited space, but we can make it happen.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
And they had a dog. Oh, that was a cherry on top.
Cherry on top.
They had a wascally little puppy, 9-month-old Vizsla puppy. So fucking cute.
So cute. So energetic.
Big ass ears. Oh gosh, she was so cute. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see her next year too.
Maybe she'll be a year calmer.
Doubt it.
Doubt it. Yeah. Ours didn't calm down until 5. So.
Yeah, we got our dog when she was 8 weeks old, and we're like, maybe she'll calm down when she's a year old. She's a year old. Maybe she'll calm down when she's 2. Rinse and repeat until she hit like 6 or 7. Then we're like, oh,
finally.
Yeah. So we learned that lesson the hard way. Oh, it's just an app. I'm not popular right now.
Yeah, but I think we'll go ahead and end this episode here.
Sure.
So a lot of fun. So
yeah.
So Nicki Dimmy, where can they find you online?
You can find me on Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Rogueleaderdrew. If you listen to this on audio form, please follow the feed and rate us.
Oh, and if you're watching or listening on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner. See, we do things on the YouTube.
Jesus. Sorry when she hits the
just gotta punctuate my point.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the RADcast. We'll see you guys next time.